Good morning and welcome to Leadership Tip Tuesday with Coach Ellis. Hey, we've been working through John Maxwell's iconic book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. We've covered the first five, and I find this one to be rather fascinating. Today we're going to talk about the law of solid ground. The law of solid ground. Trust is the foundation of all leadership. What John Maxwell puts forth is this idea that you cannot influence people who do not trust you. What a concept. You might actually have trust. How do you build trust? Well, I'm glad you asked me. In the military, we tell people that you build trust by being competent, technically and tactically, and that you have character. So one of the things that John Maxwell talks about is that if you have to choose between having a strategy and having character, choose character. Because people will forgive your honest mistakes. They will underwrite your honest mistakes. They'll underwrite some bad decisions if it is done with the right character. What that simply means is that if they know that you are dishonest, you lack integrity, or you're a coward when it comes to telling the truth, they won't trust you. So what leadership requires of you, this law of the solid ground, is to set a firm foundation based in your character. What it simply means is that you will tell the truth even if it is a hard truth. How you tell the truth is important, but it's more important that you tell the truth. You will be honest about the rewards and the challenges of your activity. It's one thing to tell people, hey, we can go to Alaska and strike gold. It's another thing to tell them, well, it's going to be very cold up there as well, and there might be bears up there. So being honest, absolutely honest. We can't afford with our character to make to have points of omission, the sins of omission. We can't afford not to tell the whole truth. There is a difference between telling a truth and telling the truth. And men and women and leaders, sometimes we have a problem because we live in a society that tells us to put the positive spin on things. We live in a society that tells us to highlight the benefits. We live in a society that encourages us to give the high side and the upside of what we're doing. And they don't reward us or encourage us for telling the other part. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you're going to do big things and you can win big, you can also lose big. If you're going out to change the world, you can also lose everything in the process. Having integrity enough and character enough to tell the whole truth is so vitally important. So this law of solid ground is really about developing your character. If there was a music program like the Grammys, and it wasn't the Grammys, but it was like the Grammys several years ago, and one of the performers who won some type of award, I think it was Song of the Year or Album of the Year or something like that, said that I've been in music now for several years, and I've done projects that I think were even better than this one that I got awarded for, and I've had success along the way. But God knew that He could not have me awarded at that time because my character could not stand the accolades. This is very evident in the law of solid ground, that we have the character necessary for the position and decisions we have to make. If it's all about you, you don't have the character. If it's all about what you can get, you don't have the character. What we're talking about leadership, character, this law of solid ground, is that you are able to tell the whole truth. And if it is about you, okay, tell them there are other laws of leadership we can deal with. But don't act like that you're doing it for their benefit if it's really yours. Tell the truth. In a society now that does not reward truth, it rewards facts, but not necessarily rewards truth. The mark of a great leader is one who can tell the truth. When you're doing an evaluation, yet you simply did not measure up. Here is the evidence. Tell the truth. You did a great job here, and the results were wonderful. Tell the truth. You know what? You got the right result, but your process hurt too many people. Tell the truth. This law of solid ground, it's about your character. You can lose a lot of things, but if you lose your character, you're almost in a position where you cannot recover. So, hey, I'm Coach Ellis, reminding us that character counts. The law of the solid ground is all about undergirding everything you do, or as the old preacher would say, everything, with your character. So, if you got questions or comments, leave them down below. I want to know how your character, how your solid ground is working. Leave them down below. Hit me up on email at coach@elliscrum.net, Facebook at Coach Ellis Crum. Until next week, have a One Tablets Leadership Tip Tuesday, where you are building your character because you understand the law of the solid ground. Until next week, have a One Tablets Day. God bless you, and we'll see you next Tuesday.